Okay, so in this second video, you're going to just have a quick refresher on how to solve linear equations with two or more fractions. So here we have one fraction and another fraction. Whenever you are solving linear equations with two or more fractions, you have to make sure they're all over a denominator. So 2x minus 5 would be over 1. That's your first step. Your next step is to get common denominators for all three. So the first thing I would notice is 12 is a multiple of 6, and it's also a multiple of 1. So I'm going to use 12 as my least common denominator. 6 times 2 gets me 12, so I also have to multiply my numerator by 12. I'm going to leave this guy alone because it's already over 12, and this would get multiplied by 12 over there. Now let's clean it up before we solve. That's going to say 2 times x minus 5 all over 12. This is staying the same. Oh, that should be a plus sign. Equals 12 times 2x minus 5 all over 12. Now, do you notice I put the x minus 5 in parentheses now, the 2x minus 5 in parentheses, and it's going to be super helpful, and it's the way you have to do the problem. Now that all three denominators are over 12, I can rewrite this equation without the 12s. And then from there, we just solve. So I'm going to distribute the 2 in. 2x minus 10 plus 3x plus 7, 24x minus 60. Now we just combine like terms. 2x and 3x is 5x, negative 10 and 7 is negative 3, and that just stays 24x minus 60. I am going to add the 3 to the other side and subtract the 24x to the other side. This will get me a negative 19x equals, those cancels, negative 57. Divide by negative 19. X equals 3. Okay. Let's look at the next one. Take a second to write it down. All three parts of this equation have numbers on the denominator. So now I just have to figure out what the least common multiple or least common denominator will be. 20 is a multiple of 4 and 5. So I can multiply 4 by 5 to get 20. So that means my numerator gets multiplied by 5. And I am going to multiply this 5 by 4. And then the right side of the equal sign stays the same. 5 times a negative 1 is negative 5 over 20. 9 times 4 is 36 over 20 equals 3x plus 1 over 20. Because now my denominators are all 20, I rewrite this as negative 5 minus 36 equals 3x plus 1. Go ahead and take a second to solve it. I'm going to give you the answer of x equals negative 14. All right, one last example to try together. First thing is to always put everything into fraction form, so that would just be 1 over 1. I then have to figure out the least common denominator, and 30 is a multiple of 3, so I'm going to make all my denominators 30. I can multiply this guy by 10 to get 30, which means I need to multiply its numerator by 10. I need to multiply 1 by 30, which means I have to do it on the top also. We can rewrite this now as 30 over 30 plus 10 times x plus 8 in parentheses over 30 equals x minus 7 over 30. Okay? From there, we are going to cancel out all the 30s on the bottom since all the denominators are 30. 30 plus 10x plus 80 equals x minus 7. Take a second pause, try to solve, see if we get the same answer, if x equals negative 13. Alright, if you have any questions, just come see me in office hours.